surprise you, but it's been on my mind for weeks. It's just my way of telling you that I love you, that's all.
I think it's fine to eat horse. They're just not very tasty.
They're rubbery.
Because they're, they're all muscle.
They're made of glue.
Get them right as they're about to die.
Alistair Overeem is one of the,
They're too much muscle.
Stringy and tough.
one of the great heavyweights of all time. Mm-hmm. And he said that he's like notoriously just a big dude. And when they asked him like what his secret was, he was like horse meat, and they all like laughed. He's like, "What?"
They eat horse meat in Italy. That's my family.
Yeah,
like,
he's from like I can't remember, like Czech Republic or something, like somewhere in like a European. Yeah.
To be fair, all the horses there are like donkeys, so it's like.
Elaborate.
Well, they're all just like,
is the edible donkeys.
I haven't had meat in a long time. They're just like small and kind of like. Not like they're not
Little
like
guys.
this giganto like.
Not the dudes we're expecting.
We're rocking some like humongo horses over here, and I don't know if we should eat them because they're like in movies,
So you
but
only wanna eat
over
the
there
horses.
they're like.
Good evening, ghouls.
Have we been cold opening?
Yeah.
Talking about
The
horse
entire
meat.
time.
Hell yeah.
That's a tough one.
Hi, ghouls.
Hey, ghouls. Good evening, ghouls. We have a guest tonight.
We have a fourth voice that's joined our chorus of the damned.
Who's the guest?
Who could it be?
Just this little guy. Just this little guy.
Guys, I literally go here. I'm Al. It's funny to introduce myself because everyone at this table knows me already.
We're really grateful that you called in and asked us to lead the podcast today.
This guy doesn't know.
Yeah.
You can introduce
Alex said that you had a lot of
yourself
notes for us and that you had very
If you
strong
want
and
to, you can
informed
just take it away,
opinions.
yeah.
I'm a very so the first thing about ghouls and mean girls
Mean ghouls, if you will.
Mean
is
ghouls.
that it's an it's an impressionistic film.
It's very avant-garde.
Yeah, Alex said he was gonna steal that from me, so I had to get it right off the jump.
Had to get it on the book.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch! Hi, ghouls. This is the podcast that it is. I'm Alec. I found out I was media literate, so I made a podcast to try and undo that. And I'm joined by Robert and Becca and our surprise guest, Alyssa.
Hey.
Hi.
Why?
And we're talking about Mean Girls, which is very exciting. If this is the first time you've come in on the miniseries, there's this terrible commercial that used to air before all of the Regal movies. It was for Pepsi. The characters would speak to each other in movie quotes, and it got worse as time went on, and we hated it. But they stopped doing the commercial recently, and we're very excited, and we're celebrating its death by watching all of the movies that it quotes in order, and this week was Mean Girls. I'd heard about Mean Girls. I hadn't seen it.
Mean Girls was on the list because you hadn't
Before
seen
the
it. Before the
miniseries.
miniseries.
This is one of the ones that actually crossed over.
It actually crossed
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
because
This movie fucking whips.
It
it's
fucks
the
so hard. Like,
it's the
it's really
20th
good.
anniversary. 20 years since Mean Girls came out,
Well,
which is
and
kind of weird. I don't like that.
There's a new one, right? It's like a musical or
The-
whatever.
They
Yeah.
didn't advertise as a musical because they knew no one would go see it. Now
They're
people are
apparently
going to see it and
doing that
being
now,
mad.
that they like make musicals and then don't advertise. Like Willy Wonka, the new one with Timothy Chameleon, whatever.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie Board. That's a musical apparently. Like people showed up to the
Yeah.
theater and people started singing and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Well, it's really weird because Mean Girls the musical has been like
It's a musical.
pretty fucking famous for
Right,
a long time.
like a while.
So it's weird to like surprise. It is pretty beloved, I would say, by people who don't like musicals generally.
But
so
to like prepare yourself to not go see a musical and then to go, that's a different
It's a hard
headspace.
curve.
yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't have to trick anyone.
They didn't have to be tricksy, but they were.
Because like it's a perfect movie to be a musical. You know what I mean? Like if you're expecting it, and it's like
silly.
it's so like.
It's fetch.
Yeah, it's very weird that they decided to like shadow drop a musical. like,
I have weird impressions of the movies that we're going to watch for this podcast before I watch them because I haven't seen them, but I've heard about them and like gained random things about them as I've trundled through this little life of mine, you know?
for memes or whatever.
Yeah, through like memes or like random people will say like, "Oh, I loved X movie," and now like for example, have you ever heard an opinion you agreed on expressed by somebody you don't fuck with?
Oh, for sure.
And then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that association is there. I'm not saying that happened with this movie, but just like we haven't really watched any movies that I'd never heard of before. These are all movies, or most of them are movies that I haven't seen before, but most of these movies I've at least heard something about. And Mean Girls occupied a similar space in my mind as like Miss Congeniality, which we've also seen recently. Not the same.
No.
This movie is so much fucking better. And I'm not like dunking on Miss Congeniality, but this movie
Different movie.
is so
Different.
fucking good.
It felt like Miss Congeniality was like Charmander, and then this is Charmeleon, and then Barbie is Charizard. You know what I mean? Like it feels like I don't know what the like
We're climbing the
chronology-
ranks of feminism.
I don't. Yeah.
We're saying the quiet part, which is that this is a woman movie.
This is a woman movie,
Yes.
Classic
which is
woman
exciting.
movie.
It is.
Jesus.
Tell y'all.
Sorry guys, I'm just really popular, and my phone's
Unprofessional
blowing
ass.
up, and
We
don't
made
know,
that joke
you know.
during the movie that like Mean Girls walked so Barbie could run, but I feel like the main difference is that Barbie is the interaction between the genders, whereas Mean Girls is girl on girl violence specifically, which
and
is
like
kind of
young
interesting.
girl, you know what I mean? Like teen girl.
Specifically,
Yeah.
Do
But-
we want to do a summary?
I was about to say
Someone
we
should,
we
yeah.
should do a summary.
Al, do you want to do a summary of Mean Girls?
Oh, okay.
You have 2 minutes.
No, you don't.
A soft 2 minutes.
It's off 2 minutes.
We have the 2-minute rule for Becca. So,
I always
no
make
one
it
else.
5.
Oh, God. So, this nice lady named Tina Fey, who you've probably never heard of, she wrote this movie. And in it, a girl named Katie.
She wrote this movie?
Yes.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she
That's
wrote
so
this
cool.
movie, which is why it's funny, I think. So, Katie is a junior in high school who has lived her entire life in Africa with her parents who are zoologists. So she's like a homeschooled little nerd. And she goes to school, and it's really hard for her to be in a public school. She makes friends with the lesbian and gay kid, who are the only ones who will kind of interact with her until the noted mean girl, the top dog, the plastic herself, Regina George, decides to take her under her wing because she is pretty. Katie then goes through a process of trying to disrupt the lives of the plastics, the 3 main mean girls, in order to kind of play a prank with her cool lesbian and gay friend, which is a high school hijink that everyone has been up to. But in that process, oh no, power corrupts, and she becomes a mean girl.
Absolute power.
Did you know?
Absolutely.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And she has absolute power of her domain of being a mean, hot girl. She gets the guy that she wants to date, who is Regina George's ex-boyfriend. It's all going well for her, and then she realizes when she doesn't go to her lesbian friend's art show, that she actually sucks. And it comes out that she had been a mean girl the whole time. Regina George discovers her revenge plot against her and publishes the Burn Book, which is where they write all of the mean things about every girl in the school to the entire school. Katie is blamed for it. Everyone hates each other and then becomes able to like each other again through...
Wait, key thing.
Key thing. Oh, I think that we should all go around and make an impression of what Alec sounded like at this moment in the film. When Regina George, in a screaming fit with Katie, is hit by a school bus.
At like 60 miles an hour.
60 miles
It's
an
very
hour.
abrupt.
It's very abrupt.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know. I hadn't seen it.
Oh shit!
Halfway through this movie, Al turns to me and goes, I just realized that, like, Alec doesn't know what happens at the end of this movie. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Like I was tensing up because I knew from your guys' body language that something was about to happen. I thought somebody was about to say something out of pocket because that had happened many times throughout the movie. So I thought like just like a sick roast or something was coming, and then like is hit by a fucking bus, like a whole ass bus.
No, yeah, the whole thing hit her. Like, really bad.
good.
Oh, and the line that immediately follows is, and that's how Regina George died. But she doesn't. She's okay. Katie becomes a better person, figures out how to heal herself. Everybody heals themselves and finds their own path. Gets the guy. Everyone's happy and kissing, and high school is going to end eventually.
It's such a coherent summary, which is so rare.
Yeah, that doesn't
On this
happen here.
goddamn
That's
podcast.
very nice. I don't think I honored the like joy and brilliance, but everyone's seen Mean
It's hard to
Girls except-
capture in a Cliff Notes
Yeah.
summary, but
Yeah.
this movie was just fucking funny.
It's so good.
Like I
Hilarious.
never went more than like 5 minutes without just like a just the lines. Danny DeVito, I love your work. Like they're so mean. They're all so fucking mean.
I really love that, like, you said you'd never seen Mean Girls and you'd heard of Mean Girls. Were there quotes that you were like, oh,
She
that's
doesn't
what
even
this is?
go here. That's like
Yeah.
That's a big one,
I knew
yeah.
that one.
Did you know it was
Glen
from Mean
Coco?
Girls?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you told me that it was from another high school
Right,
girl movie,
you
I'd have
would've
been like,
believed.
sure. Like, but if someone had put a gun to my head, I think I would have said Mean Girls when they said that quote specifically.
You go, Glen Coco. That one's a big one.
I know that
Weird
one.
that one became famous.
I don't know why.
Wait, what was it?
You go,
You
Glen
go.
Coco. 4 for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
don't
When
remember this.
there's passing out the candy canes.
Oh.
Or on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yes, I
There's
did
a-
know that one.
That's a big one.
Big one. And then obviously You Can't Sit With Us is like,
The one that they chose.
that's the one they
yeah.
chose.
For
But
the Regal commercial, the Pepsi
Yeah.
commercial, yeah.
but I feel like there were so many you could choose.
I mean, I think that one's fine.
That
Because they're in a
one's-
movie
no,
theater,
yeah,
there
yeah.
are seats.
No,
You
it
can't
makes
sit with
sense.
us.
It absolutely makes sense that they chose that one. I just think I love that it's so quotable. Like, this movie is so quotable. It's been 20 years and it's still a funny movie, you know? I mean, there are some big oofs.
Yeah,
I
they,
think
they dropped the N word in there. And then,
In this,
in
well,
the
I
sub,
think
they
that
were
was
speaking Vietnamese or
that
something.
was our. I think that we had a special copy of the movie that didn't have the correct subtitles, because there were several times in the movie that they were supposed to have subtitles and didn't, or they had like
so you're saying that they didn't actually do
they
that?
didn't actually say that in the like real copy of the movie. They don't drop the N word.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Let's see.
Then why did you say it?
Because I was sure, and then you said that. I was sure.
I had a friend in high school who was from South Africa, and she was white, and she tried to get her senior yearbook quote to be, "If you're from Africa, why are you white?"
You said tried? They didn't give it
They
to her?
didn't give it.
No, they were like, "You can't say that, dude. Like, you can't."
That's bullshit.
No,
This is censorship.
they're censoring
They're
women.
censoring women. Yeah, there was a little bit of oofage as far as like, I mean, it was like, what did this come out? 2000.
2004. It's 20 years.
You're right. 20 years. You said that earlier. So 2004.
Kind of like the peak early 2000s oofage era.
Yeah.
Just slinging words.
Just, yeah, throwing them out
Reckless
there.
abandon.
It was also like, it was bizarre because like during that time, like the like body type that people idolized was like just like small. Everything was small.
Just, yeah.
And like they were like making fun of people for having
Damn,
like
no, they
big
really
butts.
actually
Yeah, like one roast in the burn book was like, Michelle has a fat ass. And it's like insane.
Girl.
It's
Just the tectonic shifts of our culture.
That's true.
I was wrong. Sorry.
Ah.
I'm not editing this out.
Don't edit it out. I just wanted to believe that Tina Fey wouldn't write an N-word into a movie, but you know, I was wrong.
Like we said, 2004. So there's gonna be some
Probably
oofage.
not
that it was
responsible
good,
for
but-
every word. We could just say that she's responsible for the good and funny stuff, and we can blame someone else for the
Yeah, yeah.
oofage.
Sure, I don't know. Maybe she's also a little fucked up, and you know,
Possible.
I think
life.
I
She
think
is
most
a
people
rich
were a little bit
person.
fucked up back
Don't do
then.
that.
She's rich, so like,
Yeah.
Shing!
It's like a little Kill Bill you just did.
I was going for
Minecraft
a-
eating the rich
I was
noise.
going for a guillotine and then head falls in the basket.
Oh, yeah.
type noise. This is an audio podcast, we know our medium. Did you like that, listeners?
Alec can make a weird amount of sounds. It's great.
It's definitely not for being an attention-seeking choir kid. It never happened that way, I promise.
Uh-oh.
Alec was a student director in choir.
Wait.
We don't need to.
Al learned the other night that Alec can do a really good R2D2 impression.
Oh shit.
We have neighbors.
Oh dude, I cried.
And then Al told us this great story about when they did an R2D2 impression.
Yeah, there's no way that I can do this without exploding.
You have to do it.
eardrums.
We'll plug our ears.
Okay. So my friend was like, I was with my friend and I was saying, do you want to hear my R2D2 impression? And they said, yeah. And they thought that I was going to make like beeping sounds. But, yeah, like that. But instead what I did, okay, well, I gotta charge this up.
When the X-Fighter catches on
I
fire.
gotta turn this shit up.
You pulled back so hard. That was the most respectable volume. Because you have to make your throat rattle.
Yeah. It's like when he dies in Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
No. Hilarious.
I will say, though, as far as oofage goes, it wasn't that bad.
It was pretty restrained.
You know what I mean? As far as, like...
Gotten a lot worse in this series.
Yeah, we just talked about the Hangover. And that was... there was some oofage in that one.
Stuff.
Or, like, Caddyshack, or, you know what I mean?
Ugh.
Like, yeah.
We need, like, a Hall of Infamy, and Caddyshack needs to be in it. God,
Yeah.
Caddyshack fucking sucked. Do we know, with the gay guy and his shirts, is that an intentional joke that
It had to
somebody
have been a
did to
bit.
be funny, or did someone just not know how
to
gay
dress a
people
gay
dress?
man?
You know what I mean? Like,
And the other thing is that everyone else is dressed pretty normal.
Yeah.
Like they're dressed as like what you would typically think.
his fits were horrendous. They were really bad.
I think it's got to be a bit. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
think so?
Yeah, it has to be.
Well, because it's not, and I think that this is a big thing in like early 2000s society. It would somewhat be, you could be the pet if you were the gay kid, as long as you were cool, but he's not a cool gay kid. He's a little bit of a wreck gay kid.
Outcast.
Not that, being gay was epic in the early 2000s, but you can get adopted by, like, the plastics of your given society and do fine as a little gay boy sometimes. But not if you're rocking fits like that.
The dual polo.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring that back, though.
One polo right on top of the other one.
Yep.
I want to bring it back to Alex's reaction when they did the dance and they did the thigh slap.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! That shit felt like
Gunshot. Alec went, oh!
I felt like I was being put on a watch list for being in the room while that happened.
You, like, jolted from your chair.
Because, oh my god!
said, whoa!
Because these are ostensibly children. Like, I don't know how old, like, the act... And, like, that's... Honestly, it was a little bit tense for me throughout. Because, like...
Don't say it like that.
No! Like...
Yeah, keep talking.
No!
No!
I refuse.
They're putting you in the
They're, like, so sexualized. And I'm like, these are children. Stop it!
To be
some
fair, I don't think
fucking
any of them were
clothes on.
actually children when this was filmed.
The
I think they were
actresses
adults.
maybe, but like the meta, the internal logic is that they're high schoolers.
Well, yeah, but like when you're in high school, you're like sucking and fucking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Who's that?
I forgot that.
You forgot what?
Alec and Becca are grabbing their collars.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is not sucking and fucking. No. Oh boy.
Al would have bullied me in high school. I want to be very clear on this.
I wanted to bring that up, is that I think that I was a mean girl in high school.
Damn.
Elaborate on the character
I
arc.
was really
Did you see this movie and did it change you?
No.
Damn.
No.
Tina Fey rolling in her grave.
Oh, I saw
This is alive and well.
Bro, if Tina Fey dies between now and when
Could
this
you
podcast
imagine?
releases,
Oh my
that would
God.
be the second time that Alec was prophetic. The first time being when he said, "Wouldn't it be crazy if Travis got cancer?" And less than a week later, Travis was diagnosed
Ass
with
cancer.
cancer.
Our friend Travis got
Oh, person you know.
fucking
Great, okay.
bone
Yeah.
cancer.
Oh,
Yeah, he had,
nice.
he had leukemia.
He survived. He's fine.
Oh, I
In fact, he came out of that shit better than he was
With an Xbox,
like.
bro.
He came out with an Xbox, a Switch, a fiance, and like
Holy shit.
It was-
The meta goes hard. Dude.
I know it was crazy, dude.
I guess I'm happy for him, but I'm also sad for him. Damn, life is complicated, huh?
So,
I just...
watch your back, Tina Fey.
Watch your back.
I got
This is
shooters in these streets.
Exactly.
And the shooters are Alec Baldwin.
It's Alec Baldwin.
Are there any other famous
Nice.
Alexes? I don't think there are. I think it's just
God.
him.
Alec Baldwin.
I mean, I didn't think about that, but I just said that because they were on 30 Rock together for forever.
Oh,
Oh,
But
yeah.
he is Alec, so I guess that makes
there you
sense.
go.
Everything's working together as play.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
This place is nicer than my apartment, bro.
But no, I watched this movie in high school and I was like, wow, it sucks that those people are mean to each other, but the people that I'm being mean to suck so much.
They deserve it.
So it's like, it's actually fine if I continue.
I'm inclined to believe that they actually did suck because I cannot imagine you being mean to anybody that didn't deserve it.
That's so nice of you, and I really appreciate
There
that.
is, I will say, writers have an issue of making the bullied always misunderstood. Sometimes, nah, I understood that fool and I bullied him anyway. Like, because he fucking sucked. Like, that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get bullied because low-key, you kind of suck. Like, just
kinda
because you're
deserve it.
ugly and, like, kind of a loser doesn't make you a good person automatically, you know?
Like, sometimes you're just a shitbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fucking Michael, the one that had the rat tail.
Yeah.
Like he like literally
sucked.
beat the shit out of my brother, and everyone was like, "Oh, you should be nicer to him." I was like, "No, I should not."
No, we should, like, kill that guy.
He attacked my like. What do you mean? He like assaulted my brother. Yeah, no.
As someone who was bullied, this makes me think
deserved
about
it?
if did I deserve it? Did
Yeah,
I deserve? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Because there's a certain brand like you don't have the meanness that like someone who deserves to get bullied has. You know
But
what
did
I
I?
mean? I mean, I doubt it.
Did you?
I don't think you got that
Were
dog.
you-
I do not think you had that
Like,
dog.
keep it a buck with you, Chief.
I only
I
have a
think the
septum
dog in you
piercing
was Shih
now.
Tzu at best, and that's not like.
It's literally Bassett. It's literally my name, please. But I have a septum ring now, so I can be the mean person. now.
That's our new quarter jar. Is every time Becca says something about the septum.
Well,
It used to be every time she mentioned we were English majors.
Oh,
And every
that's a
time I
very
brought up-
related idea.
brought up my. It's
It's
true.
very interconnected.
But yeah, Al and I are basically the same person,
Yeah,
So.
Becca and I got our septum pierced together.
and we were both English majors.
That's so true.
So,
Yeah.
and
They
we
double
were
majored.
both mean in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw.
I was mean
First
to
accident.
someone in high school. I just remembered.
You
Two
probably
people.
were so bad at it. They probably didn't even notice.
I think the thing is, the only reason I was mean to them
You probably
is
thought about it and like squinted at them from like across the room.
I was
No.
just, I was
We
just
did it.
telling
I
Alec
was mean
earlier.
to them, but then I was like, wait, that was mean because I'm autistic and didn't realize until later that it was mean.
I was telling Alec earlier about how people
Oh
with
yeah,
ADHD.
I'm about to roast you on the pod.
How people with
Okay.
ADHD will get like the feeling of like joy of completing a task when they think about
completing it
instead of I was reminding Alec about that as he was taking out the trash that you said you were going to take out.
Last night I was like, man, I need to take out the trash, and you were like, I'll do it, bud. I was like, oh, thank you. That's so kind.
And then I woke up this morning.
Walk
I was like,
out to the living room, and this son of a bitch. This piece of shit didn't take out anything.
Hey, that's my bad. I deserve it.
Unbelievable. I was like genuinely thankful. I was like, thanks, dog. Like, it's very nice.
So
of you.
heartfelt.
Take that off my plate. Fuck you.
Fuck, that's so funny.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll share with you my mean move.
Yes, let's please do.
You got a signature
I
move?
never did this to a girl. I would only do it to guys.
Deserved.
And I didn't do it that often. So, and also I was crazy. I'm very normal now, I promise. But
No, you have a septum ring, so it's...
That's true. I'm quirky now. But I would, if I felt like someone had done something egregious, I would like have an iced coffee and I would pretend to fall and I would spill it in their backpack.
I take it back. You were mean.
That's really
That's
mean.
crazy.
I know. I was not well medicated.
No, but honestly, it's so good because you were like seeking out justice. You were like revenge.
little Batman.
Also, you only ever did it to men, so like deserved.
To men who I thought were really grimy,
grimy.
like really bad. But that was kind of my move. And
Anytime someone in high school sees Al with an iced coffee, fuck, get out of here! Get out of
Just
here!
fucking part.
run, bitch.
Put your backpack away.
Yeah, it was like, the best part was being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, I did not.
Like a note that I've had for like high school fictional stuff for a long time has been that I feel that the bullying is just so not how it actually happens.
No,
like,
yeah, not
like people
realistic
getting
at all.
basketballs to the face or people getting pushed in lockers. What you did sounds like that I would have that note, but you actually did it. Like that sounds like something that Sharpay would have done in High School Musical
Right?
to
I did, yeah.
what's her face?
Vanessa
Hudgens?
Gabriella's
character. But you
Yeah.
like actually did it. So
But like, again,
maybe my note is completely wrong and things like you do exist.
I never like did it to someone who was like a nerd. You know, I wasn't like, I'm gonna shit on this guy for being goth. Like that wasn't the vibe. You know?
That's not the vibe.
We
I
need
feel
to
like
define
that's different
grimy.
then.
How did you
grimy,
select your
gross
targets?
dudes.
Like, did something
did something fucked up. And then I'm like, I'm gonna ruin everything he owns.
deserved, honestly. You're just a feminist, so I
I'm a
don't...
feminist. I defend women.
Ally.
Raised fist.
We're raising our fists for you members of the podcast. This is an audio medium. We're really good at it.
Are we sharing our... Oh, Al!
My nose a little bit.
No!
No!
It's because
This
of
is
my
crazy.
sins.
Bleeding out like
Yeah.
Christ.
They're
Al's
toning.
bragging about is now bleeding.
Wait, no, you're good. Leave it on you.
Okay, thank you.
That's crazy. That's the first
Are we-
injury on the pod.
Yeah, I don't think it's I just boinked it a little bit.
Are we gonna go around and tell the mean things we did in high school?
Yeah, that was mine. Anyone else want to go?
I'll go. I'll tell one.
Go ahead. I have to think of mine. No, I don't. I just remembered.
Damn.
It.
There was this one kid, Brayden, I'm so sorry if you're hearing this. He'll never hear this. I was good friends with it. Well, good friends. Wow, I can't speak.
Today, Junior.
I'll restart. Hold on.
Don't edit it, Robert.
So, this guy was in my friend group, and his younger brother was in, like, a couple of my classes, and he and I would, like, hang out. Not really hang out, but, like, we'd walk to class and walk to other places together, and we'd talk, and we would talk during class, but we never, like, hung out.
School friend.
Yeah, just a school friend. But I would hang out with his, like, stepbrother after school, and we'd like hang out with our other friends. And one day specifically, he said something about like, God, I hate this. He said something about like, I'm so glad we're friends. And
No.
I said, I wouldn't say friends, maybe like close acquaintances.
Damn. Because
then
you know
I
he meant
immediately-
more than like
Yeah.
friends, you know?
Well-
So that like that was a double whammy.
Also said he trusted you.
I know, bro. That's the mean thing I did in high school, but probably like the only mean thing, and then it instantly regretted it. And then later, like a year later, he asked me for like relationship advice. You know, me who was Mormon and had never like done anything, was asking me for relationship advice, and he was like crying, and then he was like, "Thanks so much," and he was like reaching out for a hug, so I gave him a hug, and then he like kissed me on the forehead.
Oh, brother.
Oh,
And
brother.
I was like, okay, bud, we're done here.
You're done.
You're done. And then I was like, maybe I was right. Like, close acquaintance is good for me.
Yeah.
But that's my mean
I didn't
thing.
really do like many mean things, not because there just wasn't a lot of opportunity, because we like the group that we hung out with was so insular. The meanest thing that I did was when I was at Legacy, when there was this kid who was like being really annoying, and so we like sat down next to him, and we were like trying to intimidate him because we were in gym class. And he like got up to like leave, and I grabbed, like he like went like this, and I grabbed his shoulder and I pushed him back down into the chair, and that I was like, okay, that was a little bit too far. I think that was because I felt a
physical
little...
gym bully.
Dude,
was the
I'm
jock.
not nice anymore.
Alec was the bullied.
Kind of.
What
I'm like,
happened
I'm
to
genuinely
you?
struggling.
Um,
Do you remember when I was mean to someone? Okay, so like,
we kind of got that kid Michael, not the rat tail that I was talking about earlier, but a different one.
different
From
We
Michael.
kind of
School.
got, but we kind of got his goat, but it wasn't like we were just like egging him on. He was already kind of having a meltdown, and we like were egging him on.
Oh, that's
he
mean.
was
I think
unpleasant to be
he
around.
wasn't a school shooter because he didn't have access to guns. Like, I think the motivation was there.
yeah. The motivation was for sure there.
I mean, there were weird kids in choir that I would definitely roast when they weren't around.
In private.
Right.
Like when...
Yeah.
Okay.
Quagmire.
Yeah, so, I mean,
There was a person named Quagmire.
no, he looked like Quagmire and we
Okay,
called
okay.
him that. So
Damn.
maybe this is how
Well,
we're
then
mean.
that's bullying.
Well, that's bullying. This kid, he'll never listen to this, so I don't think he knows that we called
We
him
were standing
Quagmire.
around in choir, and our choir teacher was talking about music in like the abstract, and he like raised his hand to like add something and said, "I kid you not, music is like a symphony you can only hear."
Oh,
And then we were just,
Everyone just like,
"You dumbass!" Like,
oh.
we quoted that a lot. I think that's the most bully I ever did was just
Oh my
quote
god.
dumb things. That
Look at
people
you
would
now,
say.
bro. Look at you now.
one
But
time.
why? I'm getting bullied on the podcast.
I didn't get bullied, but I had somebody attempt to bully me one time because I am a short person, and
No, you're not.
I
It's okay, Robert. You're not
no,
short.
bud.
No, you're
say
so
that.
handsome. You're not short. You're so handsome.
you're not short, you're handsome.
So much more.
That's so fucking good. Oh, I'm gonna remember the shit out of that.
That's what you're told as a girl if you're like,
It's
oh,
really
I'm a
good.
little overweight. You're not fat. You're
You're
so
beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh, fuck. That's a haunting thing to say to someone.
You're not short. You're so handsome,
That's so
hun.
fucking good.
Anyways, so I'm short, and there is a lot of freshmen that were taller than me, and I had failed PE my freshman year, and so had to retake PE my senior year.
Failed
What
PE.
the fuck? Can you repeat
Let's
that
put-
into the
let's
mic
put
a
pin in
little
whatever
louder?
fucking story you're telling. This podcast is not even about Mean Girls
He
anymore.
failed PE, bro.
The new thesis of this podcast is how Robert fucking failed PE.
My asthmatic ass
I forgot about
walked
this.
the mile and still passed
Also,
PE.
it's a little funny that the movie's about like being nice to each other, and we've devolved into bullying. We're like, let's
Bro,
shit on
it's
him.
called Mean Girls. What the fuck do you mean?
Yes, girls.
I failed PE because I ditched school too many times, and so I failed because of absences. So I had to retake it in my senior year, and I didn't know any of the freshmen, obviously, and so I just kind of like, there was a group of people that didn't have friends that would play basketball, and like we never talked to each other, we never learned each other's names, we just played basketball.
Denver
yeah,
Nuggets.
fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Denver Nuggets.
Thank you for laughing. Stupid.
Also,
Sorry.
The way that ball brings us together, bro.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
you can edit this out and post if you want. But the way that Al's lapel mic is shifted so it looks like you've been stabbed through the chest by your mic.
I started taking it off, my nose started bleeding.
Fuck. Oh yeah. So I was
Denver
playing with
Nuggets.
these kids. I was playing for the Denver Nuggets, and I was sitting there, kind of like off to the side by myself, and this freshman kid came over to me and pantsed me, and like everyone was laughing, but like literally like you know the difference between when you're a senior and like people are freshmen, and you think that there's like a huge wage or like age gap, so like it
Wage
gives
gap.
you Freudian slip. You know what I mean? Like the word, like you perceive so much difference between you and a freshman, or at least I did.
You do.
So like,
there's a big difference
there's
between,
a pretty
you know,
big difference, yeah.
14 and
And
18.
like I was 18.
Dead
Exactly.
ass.
I was 18, and like this 14-year-old came and pantsed me, and everyone started laughing, and I turned around and I looked at him and I said, "Pull my pants up." And he said,
yes.
he started laughing, and I grabbed him and I slammed him against the bleachers and I said, "Pull my pants up." And so then he had to pull my pants up in front of everybody, and I was like, "This is it. This is I'm
The
king.
king.
I'm the fucking king." Like this, like yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
That's one of my greatest moments in life.
Incredible. Pull
Homer
my
took
pants
this
up.
moment to say how he anti-bullied himself. This was supposed to be how we bullied people.
It just reminded me of that story.
I think I'm a bad person because I was like, you were describing that, and
Ow.
I was like, I hope you hit him. Like, because, and you were like leaning up, like, I was so much older than him, and I'm like, yeah, so you should hit him so he learns. But that's not how I believe children to work, so I don't know what's coming
I mean,
That
out.
is how you
I
think
mean,
it
I
should
kind of did. Like
I
No,
mean,
you
it
didn't.
was worse than hitting him, in my opinion. You humiliated him.
It's so much
That's
better
so
that way.
funny. I guess we could like rate it and then like write some poetry.
It's a really good movie. You should watch it.
It's a good
Absolutely.
movie.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't talk about it.
We talked
So-
about it in spirit.
What we do at the end of every episode is we rate the movie on Letterboxd. So you'll have your own list of one
It'll
movie.
just have Mean Girls.
So I guess it'll be the top and the bottom. You know.
Perfect. What is the scale for Letterboxd?
Oh, that's a great question.
So when we say we rate it, it's like against all of the other movies we've watched for the podcast.
Oh, then this was my favorite.
Exactly.
Oh, actually,
And your
I
least
watched-
favorite.
I also watched Miss Congeniality with you guys.
Oh,
did.
You did. You weren't on the pod, but you can rate it.
I liked this one way more than Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
Like by a lot.
It's just a better movie.
It's just better. Like, Miss Congeniality, I see what they're going for. This movie's just it.
Just like don't fuck with cops. At the end of the day.
the propaganda of it all.
I used that phrase, propaganda, in my class, and my professor messaged me separately and was like, "I'd never heard that term before, thank you."
It's important to have vocabulary for the revolution, you know.
Teaching your professor about ACAB is so good.
Got to.
That's the professor that keeps love bombing me.
Oh, jeepers.
He's just like kind of like notoriously like little bit of a hard ass when it comes to like grading, and so like every now and then I'll get a comment from him that's just like, "This was insightful, nice job," and I'm just like, "Oh, thank you."
When this comes out, I'm isolating that audio of you moaning into the mic.
Hope it stays in. Then I can listen to it for a couple hours. Sorry, I don't know what I want right now.
Just Robert moans on loop.
Can I ask who usually, like, what's the order? Do you guys
We just-
usually finish in a specific order?
I usually take the longest
By far.
because I
Alec usually finishes
have
first.
ADHD.
I think that I finished
Dog in
pretty
me.
You're all done, you're like,
pretty
"Ah, well."
close within
This one took me a lot longer than
Alec.
normal.
Me too. It wasn't really singing for me, so I'm gonna go first.
Mm.
Okay. Barbie pink tongues flay the worthy alive. Meanness is an acquired taste, sour like a watermelon warhead. Pucker up for the sucker punch like a school bus plowing through misguided rage. Plastic pages with everyone's name scrawled somewhere, but we're all still clamoring to be penciled in near the top.
Pucker up for the sucker punch.
I did like that.
Goes
That's the
fucking nuts.
And it's
So
like, so,
yummy.
like, cause like pucker up for the sucker punch,
School bus.
like a school bus. It kind of like, I don't know. There's something there.
Have you ever
That I
rapped
liked.
before?
It's an awfully hot coffee
That's
pot.
an awfully hot coffee pot.
Someone name it down.
I ever tell you about that conversation I had at fucking HCL, this
Yes.
terrible job that we had, where one of our coworkers was like, "Yeah, I don't really like rap, but I think the best ones are probably Eminem and Macklemore."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh, brother, this guy
you
stinks."
might be a bad
I mean, like
person.
there are arguments for Eminem even among like really into hip hop
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Okay, but
But like the two white ones, you know what I mean? Like,
Interesting. Who's your third? Watsky?
like
Like,
Iggy Azalea, Watsky, and I like half like Logic.
Stupid. Mac Miller, you know,
Oh yeah,
goes so hard.
Nah, he's dead.
Yeah, rest in
rest
peace.
in peace.
Rest in peace.
All right.
Well, since it's the Alex show, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Goddamn.
Bullying on the pod.
It's a jungle out there. Poison dart frogs not knowing what neons to wear. What goes with what goes with what. Carefully select which warthog to share the watering hole. Choosing me one with reflexes a little less keen than yours. Claim it's because you like their top. Death roll, drum roll for this high school movie friendship. That ancient cheerleader beneath the water surface evolved over millions of years for one purpose only. To bite down on nearby self-confidence and drag it down. Blood frothy calorie deficit, body dysmorphia, safari malaria. It's the circle of high school life. Besides, that prey animal had it coming. Did you see what it was wearing?
say the malaria line again. What's the whole thing?
Blood frothy calorie deficit, body dysmorphia, safari malaria.
Yum.
Yabba.
Don't look at my last Google search.
What's malaria?
Words that end with "ia."
Wait, did you say dysphoria or dysmorphia?
Which one's the right one?
Whichever one you hope I said. Don't rewind this podcast.
No, I like them both, but what did you say?
It's
'Cause
dysmorphia. Is that even a word?
Yes.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
body dysmorphia, like...
One of them.
Oh yeah, and dysphoria would be like.
One of them's trans and one of them's like not
I'm fat.
necessarily trans. Well,
I think... Oh god! I wish our listeners could see Al
No, there's nothing
just, like,
happening right now.
pounding their head in like a stupid kind of way.
That's not happening. You can't prove that.
I was like, I had a nosebleed in the middle of telling everyone how hardcore I was. I'm all fucked up.
All right, who's going next?
I go next.
I wish your listeners could see Robert's gigantic vape cloud. It just blew.
I can occasionally hear myself like hitting the vape. It's just like a.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like opening my mouth to read, and you're like,
The clouds you blow are too fat, dude. Like one day we're going to like turn on the lights and this corner of the house is going to
my
be
God.
discolored.
Have you guys ever tried the thing where that was an insane one. Have you ever tried the thing where you hit the vape and then you blow it into someone else's nose and it comes out their mouth?
No.
let's do it
It's
right
so
now.
fun. It hurts pretty
I'm
bad.
not doing that to you.
It hurts pretty bad.
I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
I'm sorry. This is
Yeah, it's
the
like
fucking
smoky
vape
in
is
here.
like, looks like we're at a poker table right now.
There's atmospheric scattering between you and me right now. You look like you're 30 miles away and like a mile big.
I look like I'm on that one planet in Helldivers where it's like kind of misty, you know?
Oh my god.
Or, just misty weather.
No, it's like a
also an
specific.
option.
There's like a
I don't know, it's
specific.
like the morning.
The mornings in Washington, bro.
Have you ever been to like a lake before?
My boy's been on Helldivers more than
Noon?
he's been outside, so so now that's how he relates
We got
with
the-
atmosphere.
We got the upcoming Helldivers episode coming out.
Did you guys like the part where there was mist? I really like
They invented this thing called mist that like makes it harder for you to see.
They put vape in video games. It's just like hanging around.
I'm so sorry, Becca. We need to get back to your beautiful work. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is better.
Fuck. Oh god.
Okay.
All right, pop off, Queen.
Period.
There have been, several instances in which Becca has said something really out of pocket in her poetry in the last 3 or 4 episodes, so that me and Robert are incapable of not interrupting by saying what? Or
Wait,
something to that effect. Because she's been writing them like they're Dracula flows. Is the problem?
Oh, wait, hold on. I need to edit my poem.
I've changed the trajectory of Al's poetry. Are you trying to make yours more out of pocket? Is that what it is?
Yes.
No, be
Did you
true
pull
to
your
yourself.
punches?
Be true to yourself.
Oh God.
Okay.
And
And on Wednesdays we wore pink, and we never I can't. Okay, I'm restarting. On Wednesdays we wore pink, and we never spared a second thought for potential regret. We were scared of our own silhouettes, but didn't hesitate when diving headfirst into January midnight lakes, and we ate enough to fill our fleeting fears that maybe we were only friends because we sat together 5 days a week. Habits are hard to break, especially in summer, and every evening spent pretending that we wouldn't wake on the other side of the couch rather than on the other side of town brought us closer to December.
distinctly not out of pocket. Just edit
For
that whole
once.
part out.
What you don't know, though, is that every first letter of the line spells out the N-word.
In Vietnamese.
In Vietnamese!
I almost just lost consciousness. I laughed too hard.
Tina Fey would be so proud if she were still here.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
Oh,
Al.
shit, guys. I'm sorry. I really goofed this one.
We're getting, like, for those...
Al's going
for those of you
post-verbal.
that- we're getting, like, Muppet rage. Like if Kermit was really mad.
Steam is coming out the top of Al's head.
It's like
Out of their ears.
Yeah, for audio listeners, I'm like 6'8" and 3. I'm stacked like I'm a brick shit house of a man, and my rage is not Muppet-like.
They're not bleeding from the piercing they were bragging about.
I hit it really
They're
hard.
not holding a napkin that is spotted with blood.
It's kind of cute. It's like a cheetah. Okay, I'm really sorry. I also started So now I seem like our septums.
Septums for twins.
Okay. On Wednesdays we were.
Me too.
I'm gonna do it for real. This is too much. On Wednesdays we wear pink, intricate patterns to feel each other out. No jeans unless it's a Friday. In this way we make a marriage of deals and play and knowing glances. Plastic parts all wound up over each other, piling and polluting and piping each other's airways. Learning cheerleader patterns in locker room stalls and craving the real thing.
Bars.
What a great last line.
Because, like, wouldn't it be good if they all kissed each other?
Yes.
What if
You guys are
they kiss, though?
They all kissed each other.
What if?
And
What
me.
if instead of
what if they
wanting
were
to
all
be like the
kissing?
plastics, you just accept that you want to fuck the plastics?
Period.
And that
Because
was
you're
my-
Lebanese.
And that was my high school experience.
Maybe I don't hate them. Maybe I like them.
Maybe
I like them.
Actually, I think that.
Actually, I think I
think
want to
that,
fuck the plastics.
Freaking it.
I would like to flick it with them.
Why do you do it so well?
Yeah, you have like you've got like a cadence down.
I'll never tell.
A lady never tells.
What has this episode been,
Oh
bro?
my
I'm
god.
I'm really sorry. It's like,
This is the
I'm a
best
guest.
ever.
It's my special guest day, and then we didn't talk about the movie.
We talked about the
That's
movie.
the
We
thing
talked
is
about it.
we never talk about the movie.
Never.
And if you think we're
if
talking
we
about the
do-
movie, you're missing something.
If we do talk about the movie, it's because the episode's only 20 minutes long and we hated it. And we fucking hated it. Them's the rules. That's
Them's
how it
the
works.
rules. All right, goals.
Well, goals.
Well, goals.
Join our poetry club.
Fucking Letterboxd. We never.
yeah.
We never did
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit.
Sorry, we were too excited about the
Too
poetry.
excited about the poetry.
So I have mine.
Al, on your list of 2 movies, where is this one?
So much higher than Miss Congeniality.
By like 1 spot. That's so high, dude.
Exactly, but
That's
like
crazy.
as high as one spot.
Like, you know how John Green talked about the infinities? Like, there's infinities within infinities. Yeah.
I just burped into the mic. I'm so sorry. I went to hide my burp, but I did it directly. I'm so sorry.
All right, I have mine at 22, just below Scream and above The Breakfast Club.
Hey,
Cute.
mine's 20, just below Scream and above Oppenheimer.
It is better than Oppenheimer.
It is better than Oppenheimer.
It
I
is
don't know
better
what
than
to tell you.
Oppenheimer. Mine is at 24, just under Inside and just above Evil Dead Rise.
Mine's right around Evil Dead Rise as well.
But as we learned, my list is fake and doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't believe that.
No.
Oh no,
You should believe it.
it doesn't matter.
It is anarchy.
It is chaotic as fuck.
First of all, I believe women.
Period. Well, then why didn't you believe me?
Because I did believe. Well, I believe that your list is. Oh no.
Oh,
And that's why I'm not a woman anymore. They undiagnosed me.
they are dying.
Al stopped believing women.
They took your birth certificate. They said, "Erase this
Give me
shit."
that
They
shit.
did. They fucking scribbled it. And now it's so weird.
They made a whole new category of me.
They went to that section with a little F and hole punched it out.
And now I'm a circle shape.
It's just a whole.
Oh god.
With no blood type.
My mom has no blood type.
It's crazy.
What does that mean?
Exactly what you think.
Does she have blood?
She doesn't
No,
have,
just
like,
goo.
They haven't like come up with a letter for her blood type.
I have an idea. C.
I'm fucking saying, bitch. I'm saying. It'd be so easy.
Hey, blood people. We got a fucking pitch for you.
Blood
Blood scientist.
Send me the contract, dude. They should like hire me,
Put
dude.
me on the mic.
Put me on the mic.
Got a fucking proposition.
All right, ghouls.
Okay, goals.
Join our poetry club. Write poems with us every day.
Period.
Yeah, that
Or
sounds fun.
when you want.
If you have Discord, let me know.
Thanks.
Send us your dick pics. We still haven't gotten one.
Yeah.
So I've been asking for dick pics on
Oh,
this
I'll send my
podcast
dick pics in.
the whole time, and no one sent
What
any.
Drake's in his?
Oh my god! No, we can't. No, this,
We can't go back to the Drake
We're
thing.
done. Good night, ghouls.
Good night, ghouls.
Good night.
Evening. Good night.
Wait, I have a question. If you were a mean girl, which mean girl would you be?
Probably the stupid one.
I think I'd be Karen.
I'm a nice person now, by the way.
You don't have to be. It's fine.